Bakers are passionate about client satisfaction. Hence, they make more effort to create diverse flavorous cake recipes for their customers. As a result, numerous fresh fruit or vegetable-based cake have evolved over time. It's Baker's World on NTA, a program that updates you on baking recipes, decorating methods, and bakers' activities. I am Funke Oyele. You're welcome to the program. Today's episode of Baker's World promises to be an exciting package as our guest baker and assistant will show us how to bake a savourous cake recipe that you'll be inspired to try as soon as possible. I'm sure you're already itching to know what the recipe is. Well, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Well, it's Let's Bake segment where our professional baker, Mrs. Kwado Ayin, and our assistant, Victoria, will take us through the step-by-step procedure of how to make a pineapple cake with the goodness of fresh pineapple. Well, I can't wait. Well, are you guys ready? Let's get started.
So I'm going to show you how to make a basic pineapple cake. It's pretty simple to make. You can put it together in your kitchen. All the ingredients here are things that are readily available for us. We have here some flour, eggs, oil, milk, and then sugar, and then the magic ingredient, which is pineapple. We're going to start right away. Vicky, can you please whisk that for us? So what we need to do first is put in our liquid ingredients. Okay, so first the milk goes in. Then the next thing we have is the oil. The oil is next. After that, we have 2 eggs here. They go in as well. After this, we then put in the pineapple. Vicky, pineapple. Thank you. So what we need to do is take a half cup of pineapple. Put it in the sink. If you don't have a food processor at home, you can just use a blender. It will still give you the same result. But you want both the liquid and the pineapple pulp itself. So this goes in here. So once this is in, all we need to do is add in the sugar. Now we'll add in the flour. So everything goes in to one bowl mix. Then that goes back on. You don't want to overmix your batter. This will just take about, when you blend it in for a minute, you switch it off, scrape it down, and then you beat it for 2 more minutes, and that's it. So you scrape this down, just so you don't have any lumps. So give it another whiz. You want to be sure that you don't overbeat your flour. It has to be just nice and fluffy. So that's all combined now. And believe it or not, we're done with our cake. This is going to go into the pan and then into the oven. Okay. Are you going to oil the pan for us? I'm going to share the batter evenly between 2 pans. So our batter is ready now. We're going to put it into the oven and wait for the yummy goodness.
Well, while our batter is being taken to the oven, we'll take a quick break now. And when we come back, we'll be meeting with our guest baker.
I got a Goldman Sachs scholarship and did the EDC program. From there, I then registered formally with an entrepreneurial coaching program. So I've been on that journey for a while now.
Our baker today is Kwado Eyin. Born on November 3rd, over 4 decades ago, into a Christian family in Gboko, Benue State. She obtained her senior secondary school certificate from Federal Government Girls College, Gboko, in 1995. Kwado proceeded to Benue State University, where she graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics in 2003. Kay, as she's fondly called, is an enthusiastic baker. She has a long baking history, dating from when she was a teenager. After graduation in 2003, rather than searching for a white-collar job, Kay invested her time in exploring several cake recipes. The baking adventure paid off as she discovered several flavorous cake recipes that she used to build her brand and carve a niche in the industry. Though she's self-taught, Kay's passion for cake making pushed her to obtain a certificate course from Squire's Kitchen, Surrey in the United Kingdom. In 2008, she formally registered her company. Today, Kay is an employer of labor, a successful baker, and a sugar crafter who has baked specialty cakes for life's many milestones. She's happily married to architect Ina Eyin and blessed with 3 beautiful children. Join us as we take our conversation with soft-spoken and articulate baker Kwado Eyin.
You know, they say that smart people always see opportunities where others do not. Today, I am privileged to have with me on Baker's World a savvy business mind, a woman who took the opportunity that came away and turned it into a thriving business, Mrs. Kwado Eyin. Welcome to Baker's World.
Thank you.
Now, tell me your story, how you ventured into the baking industry, because I know it wasn't always your first choice.
When I was a teenager, my mom was the principal of the school. So we went to visit the Reverend Sisters that were there, the Irish Reverend Sisters, and I got to eat cupcakes there. When I ate the cupcakes, they were the sweetest thing I'd ever eaten. I was like, wow. You know, so subsequently growing up, I always felt like I could recreate the way I felt when I ate that cake with other people. So my mom got her home economics teacher to teach me the rudiments of baking. Then I got cookery books and I started trying out different recipes until gradually when I entered university, anytime I'm broke, I'll make cupcakes and go and sell to the other students. During Valentine, I'll make cakes, and I just continued along that path.
Coming into the baking industry, what were your expectations?
I didn't have much expectations, but like my dad is a businessman, so my dad would always tell me that for any business you're doing, you have to find a way to differentiate yourself.
Okay.
If not, you just become one of the crowd. So when I came to Abuja and was going to start a business, I had to look around what were the other bakers doing. So they were doing regular sponge cakes, vanilla and the rest. So after checking out the competition, I realized that there was a market for vegetable-based cakes. So I decided to go into vegetable cakes. So we would usually make banana cakes, carrot cakes, tomato cakes, pineapple, pawpaw, zucchini, those kind of cakes. We still make the regular cakes, but that helped me differentiate myself from the rest of the market.
When you started, what was your biggest rookie mistake?
I really didn't know that a business is an entity on its own. I just thought it was just about baking and, you know, putting out products. But gradually I got to understand that I had to learn how to run a business properly. This took more than just baking and putting out the product.
When you have to bake a cake that you've not baked before for a customer, what's your creative process like?
We do a lot of research. First off, we don't just bake regular cakes for people. I like to give a personal touch to a cake. So like if you were to come to me now to bake a cake, I'd want to know, what are your hobbies? What do you like doing? What do you spend your private time doing, you know? So we would want to capture all of that into the cake we make for you. So it's not just, oh, you want a vanilla cake? We're going to give you a vanilla cake. So from that, we can then craft out what we're going to do for you and then be able to capture it into a cake.
To give a more personal touch of the person's identity.
Oh, yes.
To you, who is an ideal customer?
An ideal customer is somebody that would walk in and they are already confident that we would give them what they want. So all they need to do is explain certain things to us, like, you know, I'm a fashionista, I love shoes, I love bags. That way we're able to just interpret it. They don't worry so much.
As an entrepreneur, what is the most important lesson that you've learned?
That you have to build a business from scratch, and there are basically 7 arms to doing a business. If you concentrate on just one, the others will suffer. So as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you have to take a bird's eye view of your entire business so that the business thrives on its own. You can't just afford to look at one aspect of your business and leave the others.
Now, for the people that want to come into the baking industry, that wants to venture into it, what's your advice for them? What should they look out for when they want to start?
I'd advise you to start small. Okay. Because in any business, what you need is a client base. If you don't have a client base, you can buy all the equipment and come and rent a shop, put it inside. But that's where it is. You just wake up every day and you're not making as much money as you should. But if you're patient, you know, they say building a business is like having a baby. You carry a baby for 9 months. At each stage, it has different needs. So if you start a business from scratch, you're able to grow that business, meet the needs that are coming up, and then take it from there. But if you try to jumpstart certain stages of your business, you might end up frustrated and then find something else to do. So just take it easy and start.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure having this chat with you. Thank you for coming on Baker's World. Well, that was our chat with the CEO of Cape History, Mrs. Kwado Ayin. I hope that our experience will motivate you. Our cake should be about ready now. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll be decorating the cake. Don't go anywhere.
So our pineapple cake is back. As you can see, you have a soft, moist cake here. We're going to decorate it, or we're going to make kind of a fruit basket. So we have to prepare the cake first of all for decoration. To prepare a cake, all you need to do is You're going to use a cake drum like this. You can find them at the market as well. All you need to do is put in a bit of butter icing. This will hold it in place. Whenever you're getting a cake drum, you buy one that is at least 2 inches bigger than your cake, so that you have a bit of room to hold the cake or whatever decoration you can sit on it as well. So once your cakes are mounted together, all you need to do now is crumb coat your cake. Some people use jam, but I prefer to use butter icing. This is what we're going to use as the base for our basket. That's all there is to it. We'll get started now. Okay. First up, we're going to cover the cake itself with brown fondant. Once you have your fondant soft and pliable, all you need to do is roll it out. You could use corn flour or icing sugar. Icing sugar is actually better than corn flour. Well, I'm using shortening on the board just to be sure that the fondant does not stick. I have fondant here that's flat enough. Just stretch this down and tap it. This is why you need the butter icing, so the fondant has something to hold on to the cake. Use a cake smoother and smoothing it down. Then cut off whatever excesses you have. And there, you have a nice base to start with. So there are 2 basic things here. You can use your board as it is, or you can use a different color here. That's entirely up to you. So for the next part now, you could use a sugar gun to do this. If you don't have one, it's still easy for you to just make a log and roll it out into a thin rope, just the way we've done it here. So we're going to try to keep this as even as possible. If you have a clay gun, it will actually give you more uniform strips, but at the same time, we'll start with this now. You need some sugar glue. This is just some CMC mixed with water, but it's highly edible. So from there, you take your first strip and place it on the cake as evenly spaced as possible. So that's the last strip we need. If one is a bit short, just stretch it. We can start to weave. Please, can I have the turntable? Now our basket weave is almost there. We have to finish the top so that we have a nice finish. For this, you can just entwine 2 ropes together. Add your sugar glue to the top so that it can stick. And that's it. If you want to make a handle for your basket, there are different ways to handling that. Mostly you need florist tape. which comes in wires like this. Some are really, really strong. You join them together and just twist it. If you wanted more like a cake that someone can carry, for that you need a sturdier base, and you'd have to use a copper wire. Drill it into the board. This is just for picture purposes. This you can't actually handle. Since we made a pineapple cake, we're going to fill our cake with other fruits. To make your watermelons look realistic, just use a marker. So you're going to add some blemishes to the banana. At least make it look more realistic. So we have all our fruits ready now. They're going to go onto the basket. We have some apples. Make it as colorful as possible. There. Your basket is all ready now. So this is the finished product. So just as I promised, our cake is ready. It's not so difficult to make. You can make this in your kitchen. This is suitable for Mother's Day gift, for Thanksgiving and bazaar at the church. Makes a really pretty gift as well. So that's it.
Wow, this is really, really, really beautiful. You've done a good job. Oh wow, but the job is not complete yet until I have a taste of it, because I need to feel that pineapple taste. I need to see how it actually feels. Oh, I thought you were going to help me with that. Because I don't want to tip it. Okay. Wow, this tastes very, very good.
Thank you. Can you taste the pineapple?
Yes, exactly. That was what I was about to say. The pineapple, I can really taste it there.
That's a tropical taste.
Exactly. Wow, good job, good job.
Thank you so much.
This pineapple cake, it doesn't really take much to get it done. So if you want to try this at home, it's pretty easy. Just follow all the procedure and you can have something very delicious like this. Well, that's all we have for you today on Baker's World. I hope you've learned a thing or two from our baker's creativity. For your likes, feedbacks, and comments, you can reach us on all our social media platforms displayed across your screen. Keep it at it with us. Until next week, I am Funke Oyeyele. See you next week.